We're in the middle of the COVID lockdown, but if you're like me and you're lucky enough to have a workshop, you'll know it's great fun spending time making things. Now, we've got a couple of grandchildren who we can't see because of the lockdown, but I'd like to make something that they can actually make at their own home. And we've had an idea, and I want to show you what it is. Let's be honest, every young child likes a windmill. But this is no ordinary windmill, because this is a windmill that you have to build yourself. This is a self-assembly windmill. And what I want to do is to show you, first of all, how I made it, and then how you can put it together. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is to mark out a circle on this piece of wood. It's a bit of 12mm ply that I've had lying around. So let's draw a circle on it using this yoghurt pot. It would have been easier to draw the circle with a compass and know exactly what the diameter was, but I didn't do that. So I'm going to measure it. It's 95mm, so what I'm going to do is set this to half of that, which is 47.5. Okay, now I can find the centre. Okay, so that's near enough. I can find the centre in the middle of there. Now I'm going to mark out the positions for the blades. So first of all, I'm going to draw a line through the centre. Then I'll use this 45-degree angle to get the intermediates. There we go. So now I've got the position for the blades. Just going to mark in a centimetre on each one. Okay, so to cut the slots, I've set the bandsaw table at a 45-degree angle. I've set the fence here so it's halfway through, and I've got some pieces of card that I'm going to use to actually help me cut the slot. Now, I was sure I had a length of thin dowel I could use for the central spindle for the windmill, but I can't find it. But I have found these small dowels, so I'm going to use those, and they're about 8mm, so I'm going to do a 9mm hole so there's plenty of room. So first I'm going to use an 8mm brad point bit to get it nice and central, and then I shall just open up the hole to 9mm with a normal high-speed bit. For the blades, I'm going to use these offcuts of, I think it's 3mm ply. I'm going to cut them to 15mm wide, and then do each blade 100mm long. Now, each of these sort of vanes have to fit into this spindle, and the slots are just a little bit thinner than the actual piece of wood. So what I'm going to do is just to sand the end of the wood. That's it. I'll just carry on and do the rest of these. I'm also just rounding the ends of the vanes, and just take any sharp edges off as well, which looks alright, and basically that then slots into there, and there we have it. I've had a rummage around in my half-cut timber box and come up with this piece of wood here, which was cut from the edge of a door frame, I believe. It's not particularly straight, but it'll make a great stick for the windmill to fit to. So I'm just going to cut that to size. There we go. keep the blades away from the stick supporting the windmill, I'm going to mount this little block of wood on the front there, and then that will sit on there, and hopefully the blades won't catch anything. Now, any reasonable self-assembly kit comes with a tool to help you assemble it, and in this case it's a small mallet. Now, I've made this mallet from a piece of curtain pole, which I've just cut an 8cm length from, and a piece of doweling which I had laying around. But of course you could use an offcut of wood, it doesn't have to be round, and a piece of wood as a handle, or piece of plastic tubing, or piece of metal from a clothes hanger. To fit the handle on my mallet, I'm first of all going to mark the centre of the mallet head. It's 80mm long, so that's 40mm in the middle, and it's 30mm in diameter, so that's 15mm there. The handle is 15mm diameter dowel, and I've got a 14mm Forstner bit. I'm going to drill a hole in there and then just sand the end to fit in. I've marked the length of the handle for the mallet at 14 centimetres, 140mm. I'm just going to cut that off. That's a pretty tight fit. That should do great. Just going to put some glue in the head. Smash it. Let's wallop that on. There we go. Don't think that's going to come off. So this is the finished windmill, and this is Grandad's windmill kit. So let's start to put it together. Now, you've got this disc, and you'll notice that against each of these slots is a letter, and each of these vanes has a letter on it. So we simply have to work round and put the vanes in the slots. So here's A, there's A goes there. Now, to get them in the slot, you need to hammer them in with this mallet supplied in the kit. So here you go. And it just needs a gentle tap. So this is where Mum or Dad has just got to hold the spindle still, and little one can bang it in. So now we have the windmill all done. This is the stick, and here's the spindle. So I'm just going to put that in there. And once again, we can just tap that into the hole. Now we put the windmill on the spindle, and here we have a washer which just goes on the front, and again we can knock that on. There we go, and hey presto, we have a windmill. I tell you what, lockdown or no lockdown, I've really enjoyed making these windmills, and I hope my two grandchildren enjoy assembling them and decorating them. All that remains now is for me to wrap them up and for Grandma to post them. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please hit subscribe. Thank you.